Hey everybody, Mike Iaconelli. Welcome to a new edition of In the Shop. And I've got a good one for you today. I want to talk to you about a bait that's really a cool variation of a vibrating jig. Of course, you've heard about chatterbaits, but this one's different. And this one's called the Molix Lover. It's really cool bait. I'm going to talk to you about 3 different ways to rig and fish this lure. But before I get into it, let me tell you what makes the Lover different than a normal, say, chatterbait style lure. The first thing when you look at it, the blade on this thing is fixed. Look at it. The blade is affixed to the body. And it's sort of what I call a reverse lip. And it's got a real up and down stance to it. And because of that, it's going to make this bait have a wider side-to-side vibration. So regular chatterbait, it's kind of got a tight vibration. This one's a lot wider. So more active fish, warmer water. When you want to show them something different and that chatterbait bite's really good, this is a good time to throw the Lover. The other great thing about the Lover and that fixed lip is that it comes through cover, especially wood, docks, trees, stuff like that. So much better than a chatterbait. You know, in a chatterbait, that lip's flexible. So when you hit wood, the lip compresses and it gets stuck on the hook. But the Molix Lover, that lip is like a crankbait bill. It deflects, and when it deflects, it doesn't flex. So you're not going to get snagged like you do around wood. So it's great around cover. And last but not least, and this is where we're going to get into the 3 different ways to rig it, is the hook assembly is loose. Look at that. It's on a split ring, right? And because of that, it's got a lot more action in the back end. And it has more rigging options. The other thing too is you land a lot more fish. When that fish jumps, instead of the hook and the head being one piece, it's 2 separate pieces. So you're going to land a lot more fish. But let's talk about 3 different ways to rig the Molix Lover. You know, the first way is the way that you see it out of the pack. You know, it comes with the skirted single hook. It's on that split ring. But it comes with a skirted single hook right from the pack. That skirt's great because it's kind of thin. It's not a super bulky skirt. And it's hand-tied on the hook, which is really awesome. And when I fish it like that, I like it when I need a little more lift. Okay? When I want to keep this bait a little higher in the water column. So fishing around heavy cover, fishing in shallow water, when the fish are feeding up, when they're biting upward, I fish it just like that. I also like to leave the skirt on there when I want to make a bigger presentation. So when I'm trying to imitate a forage that's bigger and bulkier, say bluegill or tilapia, I like to leave that skirt on there. For a trailer, you know, I like a bigger, bulkier trailer when I'm using the skirted hook, okay? So a beaver style bait, a crawl style bait. Some of my favorites are a Berkeley chigger crawl, a Berkeley bunker hog is a great one, and a Berkeley jester, power bait jester is a great one. If you look at a jester, it's pretty big. It's a bulky beaver style bait. I'll use that jester. The only thing I do is I'll pull these little appendages off. It has 2 long antennae. I'll pull those antennae off and I'll bite it down just a little, just one segment. I'll take off the top. And then when I thread that on the Lover, I thread it on sideways, not horizontally, but vertically, sideways. And when you look at it on that Lover, it gives you a really cool, look at that, bulky, big, wide presentation. And it has these 2 little tails that swim. So I'll fish the Lover with the regular skirted hook when I want it higher in the water, when I want to slow down my presentation, when I'm fishing shallower, or when I'm imitating a bigger forage base. I leave the skirt on there. Once again, I'm going to go to number 2. One of the keys with the Lover, it's on a split ring. So just like you're changing hooks on a crankbait, look at this. All I do is I can unspin that skirted hook off there. Can throw that away. And I'm going to my rigging method number 2 for a Molix Lover. And that's using just a single hook. Just a regular single hook, okay? You can use a straight shank flipping hook like this. You can use an offset. You can use an extra wide gap, whatever you want to use. And again, it's on a split ring, so it's real easy. So I'm going to spin this on here real quick. The main thing you want to remember when you're putting that new hook on there is you want to make sure that hook is in the up position, okay? So I want to hold the hook and make sure that when I rig it, that hook is in the up position when it goes on that bait. So just going to loosen the split ring. Going to get my bait on there. Hold on one second. Get my... Okay. There we go. All right, now we have, look at that. We have a Molix Lover. See if I can get a good spot to show you. With just a single hook on it, right? Just a single hook, no skirt. And this one is great when you want the Lover to get a little deeper, okay? When the fish are feeding down, it's a great time. And the great thing about this one is that I use a different trailer to help get it down a little bit. So deeper water, fish that are feeding more toward the bottom. When I want to get this lured lower in the water column, I'll use that hook without the skirt. Also, when the forage is thinner and smaller, I don't use that bulky skirt. So if you're trying to imitate minnows or shad or herring, you know, smaller, thinner forage, take the skirt off. It's not as bulky. But the type of trailer I love for that skirtless hook is swim baits. You know, specifically boot tail style swim baits. I like the Berkley Power Bait Grass Pig, and I really, really, really like the Berkley Power Bait Power Swimmer. The 2.8, the 3.3, the 3.8, they're all great sizes. And, you know, when you thread that thing on there, the main thing, when I thread that thing on there, I want to make sure the boot tail is facing the opposite way of the hook. So make sure that when I thread it on, I want that boot tail facing the opposite way of the hook. And when I thread that thing on there, I want to show this to you. I'll bring it up, thread it on that hook. And there we have it. Look at that. We have a Molix Lover with a skirtless hook on it. Look at that. And once again, because it doesn't have that bulk of the skirt, it's going to stay lower in the water column. You're going to be able to get it deeper. And it's a thinner profile. So better for imitating thinner forage and smaller forage. Okay, so method number 2 for a Molix Lover, just a regular plain hook without a skirt. But there's one more, and I don't want to leave this one out because this one's really, really good. Once again, look, it's on a split ring. So the great thing about this is I can change it on the fly. I can fish it with the skirt in the morning up shallow. I can change it to the skirtless hook later in the day to fish it deeper. And here's my last way, number 3, that I rigged the Molix Lover. You ready for this? With a feathered treble. A feathered treble hook. This is a VMC number 6 or a number 4 treble hook. The white feather on the back of it. Again, I have a split ring on there. So I'm just going to open up my split ring. Get my Lover. Put my Lover. Get my Lover on that split ring there. Okay. And now we've got rigging method number 3. The Molix Lover with a treble hook on the back. A feathered treble. I cannot tell you how unbelievable this method is for open water fishing. Especially schooling fish. If you have fish that are schooling, if you have fish that are suspended in open water, whenever you don't have to deal with cover, there's no thick trees or grass, or you're not fishing around docks or any of that stuff. But if you're in open water, that feathered treble is a killer. The other thing, it makes it super compact. It'll cast a mile. You can fish it fast because there's almost no lift to it without a skirt on the back. It's got the feather on the back. And the hookup ratio when you fish the Lover with a treble hook is like 100%. If they swipe at it, if they swap at it, you got them. Because it's a sharp treble. It's a sharp VMC treble. So method number 3 is using a feathered treble on the back of the Molix Lover. Great for open water, great for schooling fish, clear water, smallmouth, spotted bass. Whew, look out, it's a killer. Let me tell you something. If you like to fish vibrating jigs, chatterbait style lures, throw this one into your arsenal. Try the Molix Lover. Wider vibration, better around snags and wood, and 3 different rigging options. Hope you like this tip from out in the shop. If you did, stop, take a second, hit that subscribe button down there. Listen, if you're already subscribed, tell your fishing buddy to check it out on Mike Iaconelli Fishing. Good luck. Have a good time. Hope you catch a bunch. See you later.